There are people out there who, at this time of year, will say, have you got your Christmas shopping done yet? Evil bastards, right? Because the only reason they're saying that is so that they could go, I did all of mine in the mid-November. Yeah. I was like, oh, did you? Yeah. Well, fuck off. I don't care.
If you're a knobhead, you can put the best aftershave in the world and you're still a fucking knobhead.
Baz, you should work for Yves Saint Laurent. I reckon that would work. The voiceover just goes, if you're a knobhead, doesn't matter what you smell like, you're still a knobhead. The reason the catalogues were good is because you could pay over like 48 weeks at £1 a week.
It's over 48 years.
Yeah, I'm still paying off my Bontempi organ I got in 1983. Hello, and welcome to the Mildly Controversial podcast. This week, since it's not quite Christmas, we're not going to do anything about Christmas because me and Baz are those type of people who don't like, you know, when people start Christmas things too early, they spoil it for everyone. We like to keep Christmas for Christmas, don't we, Baz?
You didn't tell me this before we came on.
That intro was for the benefit of the people who are watching rather than listening, because I asked Baz to wear a Christmas jumper, and I'm going to paint pictures with words again for the listeners. I'm wearing a hoodie which was bought from the Far East online. It's got it's basically it's a Gremlins Christmas jumper type thing, but it's shiny.
It looks like a fire hazard.
Mate, I'm going nowhere near any Christmas candles with this on. So yeah, I've bought some like bootleg shit a couple of years ago, and surprised that I've not died in a ball of flames yet. So
that is a good one though. Everyone loves a Gremlin, don't they?
Yeah, it's a cracker because a lot of people think, oh, that Christmas hoodie, that's nice, and then realise it's a Gremlins one.
Yeah.
So I asked Baz to wear a Christmas jumper, and Baz said he couldn't find a Christmas jumper. So for those listening rather than watching, Baz looks like actual Santa in his actual grotto.
Well, look, so like it's, as you know, as content creators, we have stuff like, I always remember your morph suit. It was one of the first things I ever saw. You know, we buy stuff which is just purely for making content, right?
Exactly, mate. Like I've got a fancy dress box and I'm 49 years old.
Yeah,
that's what happens when you're on the internet.
So yeah, I bought a It's not a particularly good one. It's quite pretty, but I bought a Santa outfit a couple of years ago just for making content, and it's in an actual sack. I keep it there all year. And,
of course it is.
Yeah, so when I was looking around for a jumper, I saw the sack there. I thought, well, look, this is going to be the next best thing. I think and then, you know, like you say, with the red backdrop and lights, it's like a grotto.
Mate, you look like the actual Santa because obviously your beard's real.
Yes.
And you've got the Santa outfit with the red background with white icicle type fairy lights. There you go.
I hope the effort's appreciated.
For everybody listening on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Alexa, I do apologise if your Alexa has just asked you if you wanted a question now because I mentioned the word of it. Anyway, for those of you listening, there you go. There's a picture painted. But if you want to see what he actually looks like and what my potentially hazardous and flammable Christmas hoodie looks like, then get over to facebook.com/mildlypod and you can see it there. Go across to YouTube as well, if I can be asked. I keep forgetting to put them up to YouTube because there's not many people watching there.
I was going to say, but I think it's one of those things is you and I do actually make an effort for the visual when we do a podcast. I know a lot of people that don't it's not video, so
yeah, the vast majority of people listen to this rather than watch it, but we make an effort, people, so yes. You should make an effort as well. Go to facebook.com/mildlypod and go and watch a couple of them.
Yeah, I've yet to perfect my ho ho ho, but yeah, maybe one year we'll do it.
That's it. Well, you know, you're still learning, Baz. By Santa's standards, you're quite a young'un, so
yeah, no, that's why I do it, really.
I mean, he's centuries old, isn't he? So
yeah, I'm not far behind.
I know, he's centuries old as opposed to just the one.
Anyway, what are we talking about tonight then?
Well, tonight, as you would expect, we are talking about Christmas. But I mean, we posted it a couple of weeks ago when you were poorly. Last week was a repost of the Christmas special we did last year. And I'd forgotten how funny that one was and how good it was. And I don't care if people think that's big-headed. fuck you. It is good.
Well, no. So just as an admission, I listen to our podcast in the car, and I'm quite often laughing at our own stuff. And I know that sounds weird, but I think it's funny.
No,
I think you're funny.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. I know that you're funny. That's why we're here. But yeah, that was a good one. But what we did specifically on that one was we did things like, what's the worst Christmas movie? What's the worst Christmas meal? Like, Christmas songs and things like that. But we're doing kind of a more generic one here.
Yeah.
So, and we want to cover good and bad. Now, the Mildly Controversial podcast being the Mildly Controversial podcast, we're probably going to focus on the bad, but we did want to illustrate before we started how much we do enjoy Christmas.
Yeah.
So there might be a bit more of the bad than the good, just because it's funnier and it's more entertaining.
Yeah.
But I wanted to call that stuff we're putting on the naughty list and stuff we're putting on the nice list.
Oh, look at you.
There you go. See? But before we start, we are going to have a live Christmas party.
Yeah, I mean, that's what could go wrong.
Exactly. If you want to know how shit these things are before we've edited them, come and watch us live on Facebook and probably YouTube.
Yep.
But yeah, head to the facebook.com/mildlypod and go and like that page, follow that page, whatever you do on Facebook.
What date are we doing it? Because you have to remind me as well. So
yeah, it's we're going live on Saturday, the 23rd of December at 9 p.m. UK time. Okay, so go along there. But the exciting bit is, if you want to be on the show, send us a message because we're going to get some of you lot on the show.
What could go wrong?
It's pretty much guaranteed to go wrong. And also, one thing we want to open presents from you lot.
Yeah.
On the show. Okay, so I know there's like cost of living crisis and money's tight and all that kind of stuff. But it doesn't have to be expensive. We will gladly accept expensive and serious gifts.
Yeah.
Really nice things.
Yes.
But also send us silly things or send us stuff that it reminds you of your childhood or is local to where you're at. And then the thing is, though, to guarantee delivery, it's pretty much got to be something off Amazon. So if you find something on Amazon that you can get delivered to the UK by the 20th of December, then message us and we will message back with our address. So you can send us an actual present. So we've got actual presents to open on Christmas.
I'm going to say one more time, what could go wrong?
Exactly. So if you want to buy us something lovely, or if you want to buy us something ridiculous, or you just want to see us opening ridiculous, please don't send any nighttime toys, if you know what I mean. Yeah,
I'm not saying that.
I'm just saying because we're going to be opening them live on Facebook and we don't really cancel.
I want a parcel that's buzzing before I open it.
Well, we'll do that one in a recorded one, Baz. Anyway, if you'd like to send us a gift, then get in touch. Message us through the Facebook page, facebook.com/mildlypod, or email us at mildlypodcast@gmail.com. And we will give you an address for me and or Baz that you can send stuff to. And we'll open it on the show. But also, if you want to be on the show, then contact us through those means as well.
That'd be ace. I'd love to talk to some people.
We want to talk to you a lot because it feels very one way a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Even though we've got a good amount of interaction on Facebook, the majority of people listen on the audio podcast and we don't get much interaction from people who listen. So that is your chance to come on to the live show. Or just send us a message and tell us we're brilliant and we'll read it out on the live show.
That'd be really good, though, because for the first time ever, Mike will have a decent co-host.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. And in between now and then, we've got a Christmas special coming up on the 20th with a very special guest who we're not going to announce because we've not booked them yet.
It might be actual Santa. That's what it's going to end up being.
Yeah, it might be my wife if we're struggling, to be fair, but we'll see.
Or the postman.
Yeah, anyone. I might just grab someone off the street. We'll see. Anyway, so yes, as we said, me and Baz love Christmas. And it's starting to feel, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
It is.
It's it is. It's starting to feel really like Christmas. And one thing I want to say first is like we'll go with the isn't Christmassy nice first before I start slagging stuff off. One of the things that we started doing a couple of years ago, and I put it on me Instagram and TikTok, is we've got a projector and we project an image of Santa walking about in his cabin or whatever, like it's like through the window. So he's wandering around and he's getting his mince pies ready and he's getting his stuff ready and he comes to the window and he waves. So we project that onto a really thin net curtain.
Like a backdrop. Yeah. I love it.
So looking from the outside, it looks like there's a massive Santa in our house. And it's so cool because we live on a cul-de-sac, so a no-through road for those that don't know French.
A dead end.
So we don't get passing traffic and we don't get people. But there's a nursery up the top, and sometimes they walk the kids down from nursery. And there are people who just come for a walk and will walk down our street and walk back again. So occasionally we get kids who brought down the street with their parents. And like, I know it sounds cheesy, but the faces on the kids are just like, "Whoa, it's actual Santa!" So then they tell their mates and stuff. So there's loads of people coming down.
So would now in the podcast be a nice moment for you to just put a little clip of it up?
Yes,
do that.
I will.
Because it's hard to describe it.
Yeah. So essentially, it looks like Santa. There's a massive Santa in our house waving at people and looking through the window. But yes, if you are watching as opposed to listening, here's a clip of it now.
So good.
I love it.
So professional.
Yeah, I love it when Baz makes my fucking editing life complicated.
Oh, come on.
Oh, let's do this, Baz. Yeah. You can say it and fuck off because you don't do the editing.
Well,
I remember that time. Was it? I think it was Joshua said, like somebody. When we did the one in Manchester, Joshua said, "Yeah, oh no, we're being attacked by an eagle." I was like, "Oh, for God's sake!" So I had to edit us being attacked by an eagle into that one. So,
you love it. It's
no more of that.
Anyway, it's Christmas.
It is Christmas. So yeah, I love that, and I do love because my youngest is 13 now. My kids are 13, 16, and 26 now. So I don't get much of the kind of the magic of Christmas or whatever. So that's my little bit of the magic of Christmas that I've still got left.
Well, so I've kind of joined you a little bit this year. I sent you a video last week, didn't I? So for the first time ever, I've put outside lights in a house that I live at.
It looks incredible, mate. It looks as much like a grotto as you look like you're inside of a grotto now.
Well, it's funny because Liz gave me she said, "Look, you do what you want with the outside," and I thought, the first thing I thought was, I can't remember the movie with Danny DeVito where they have a competition with who can do the most lights on their house.
Right.
We live on a sort of main road, and we've got lampposts with lights on, but predominantly it's quite dark. It's not super well lit, and our house stands out quite a bit now. And it's one of those things. It's like I wanted to do it for years, and then I got carried away. I don't know what a reasonable amount to spend on lights is, but I think I went over the top.
Yeah. If you think you spent over a reasonable amount, Baz, you did.
Yeah. I put 3,000 lights out. They're only tiny little ones, but I went for the biggest number you could get on a strand, basically.
Mate, I love the idea that there are people who've lived in your village for years and didn't know there was a house where yours is.
Set back
and now it's lit up so much now.
It's easy to find a house when you're driving back in the dark now, though.
There you go.
And planes have started landing on it as well. So yeah, that's a nice part of Christmas. But yeah, I think so. Your thing is a tradition now. You'll do that every year, wouldn't you?
Yeah. We've started to do it every year now. I think it was important that we mentioned how much we like Christmas.
Yeah.
Because last year's Christmas special we just moaned about Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to moan
because it's more entertaining, and being grumpy old men's more entertaining than being happy, jolly old men.
Like up until about 25 years ago, I used to hate Christmas. Literally, couldn't. What's the word? I couldn't abhor it. Is that the one?
Really? Yeah, no, you did abhor it.
I did abhor it. That's the one.
Abhor it means
Yeah, so I used to absolutely hate it. There you go. That's
just because you use words you do know the meaning of.
Stop trying to be so fucking clever. Yeah. No, you used to properly hate it because it was always a time for me when I was skint, and then there's all that pressure of buying stuff, and I just never really got into it at all. I never wanted to decorate a tree, so that was only because I had a young child who used to do it sort of like begrudgingly. And then I met Liz 25 years ago, and Liz literally loves Christmas, and it was one of the greatest gifts she ever gave to me. It was like you should just embrace it and go with it. And then look at me now, I'm wearing a fucking Santa outfit on a podcast.
Thank you, Liz.
It's her fault.
Anyway, now all those things went on the nice list.
Yes.
I'm going to talk about the first thing that is on my naughty list. So something I hate about Christmas is when people don't say Happy Christmas, they say Happy Holidays.
Well, yeah.
I'm just like, no, fuck off. It's Christmas,
Yeah.
right? You don't need to be Christian for this to be Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? You don't need to be Christian to say Happy Christmas. You don't need to be Christian to have Happy Christmas said to you. It's just Christmas is a time of year as much as it is a religious festival these days. Right? I'm not religious at all.
Same.
But I love Christmas. I give gifts. I receive gifts. I love this time of year. I love the mood it puts people in and everything. And do you know what? If at other religious festivals, somebody said Happy Hanukkah to me, or Happy Diwali, or Happy Eid, or whatever like that, I wouldn't get offended. I'd be like, yep, that's your thing. Cool. I'd say it back or whatever. Do you know what I mean? I won't get offended. This whole like trying to be politically correct about something that doesn't need to be politically correct.
Well, it's also it's been Christmas. It's not a new thing, is it? It's been around a long time before like PC stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And and one thing that it tends to be, and again, I was going to say sorry, America, but I'm not.
Yeah.
It tends to be Americans that say the Happy Holidays thing because they don't want to offend. I mean, that's the most ridiculous thing because, and I've done some research, Baz.
Yep.
In a survey, 70% of people in USA regard themselves as Christian.
Yeah.
Okay. So 70% of the people in the country definitely won't get offended if you say Happy Christmas. And of that 30%, even people who are of other religions, I don't think would get offended. I know people who come from Muslim families, who don't necessarily, they won't celebrate Christmas when they're at home on December the 25th giving gifts to their family, but they would quite happily go to parties and enjoy the Christmas time, or the season of goodwill and all that.
Yeah.
I think it's completely unnecessary to worry about saying Happy Christmas or Merry Christmas.
Well, I was going to say, that's what I wanted to drag it into that really, was I always use Merry.
Yes.
Because Merry's my thing for Christmas, and like it should be Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. It's the usual thing that goes together. But I don't get anal about happy. It's just that thing of,
And I think it's more, I think over here is, for those that don't know, I live in Ireland. And I hear Happy Christmas more often over here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of, I just get loads. I've gone humbug on it now. Of like any email I get that I'm on a mailing list of, and it might be something that I'm really interested in. Like it might be a golf brand that I'm really interested in. But anybody who at this time of year is sending me emails saying Happy Holidays or anything like that, I'm unsubscribing.
There you go. Yes.
I'm cutting my nose off to spite my face.
I love that thing. Mike, Happy Holidays. Here's $1 million. Fuck off.
Yeah. Fuck off holidays is what I say.
I don't want your money.
There's an advert on at the moment. It's a UK advert. And it says Happy Holidays. And I'm like, my blood starts to boil. And then I realise it's an advert for Chewy, which is a holiday company. So I go, that's all right. They can say
they've literally just...
Because they're saying, have a good this time of year, but they sell holidays.
Yeah.
So it's okay for them to say it.
Still not booking through them, though.
Yeah, I've deleted them. I've blocked them on me in my inbox. But yeah, like I say, it's by saying Happy Christmas or Merry Christmas, even if that person isn't Christian or doesn't celebrate Christmas,
yeah,
you're just wishing them a happy time of year.
Yeah,
and you're just wishing them all the best. And it's a time of year where everyone the majority of people are in a good mood. Now, I know there are people who might have lost somebody last Christmas and it brings back memories and things like that. But the majority of people seem to be in a really good mood around about this time of year. And it's just a way of, there's loads of shit we could get really miserable about going on in the world at the moment, in particular parts of the world, but also worldwide in terms of, money's tight for everyone and things like that. We could all get bogged down in that. But at this time of year, we use this time of year as a time of year to be happy, to be grateful for what we've got, to spend time with people. And it's a lovely time of year and people should be happy. And by saying Happy Christmas or Merry Christmas, that is all you are wishing somebody. You are not going, by saying Merry Christmas to somebody who might be, I don't know, Jewish or Muslim, you're not going, merry time of the year, which you should celebrate. You should drop the celebrations and the festivals that you have and adopt this one.
Yes.
You're not saying that. You're just saying, here's a pleasantry that I wish you good tidings at this time of year. And you don't need to go to happy holidays to do it.
If you want to say happy holidays, then stay with it. We just won't wish you them back, that's all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you do want to say happy holidays, then that's fine. Just don't say it to me. Right? Especially if you come on the live, right? If you come on the live on the, I'll have to move my beer, Saturday the 23rd. If we invite you on that and you say happy holidays, we're going to bin you straight off. So remember that.
One other thing as well, like, so if you do listen to us on the Facebook, how old am I? On Facebook. On Facebook.
I think it used to be called the Facebook.
It was the Facebook. Yeah, it's a long. But only old people call it the Facebook, don't they? Hello.
Apparently so, Baz.
So yeah, if you do want to comment on Facebook on this particular podcast, just fill the comments with happy holidays, just to irritate Mike.
I don't mind that.
Yeah, because it's engagement, right?
If you want to irritate me, go to facebook.com/mildlypod underneath this video and just put happy holidays, Mike.
That'd be great.
There you go.
It's
a good idea, Baz. Well done.
Right. I've got one. It relates back to when I used to work on the door. It's this time of year we get loads of people that don't normally drink. And then when they come out, they've no idea how to go on a night out, and they're absolutely irritating bastards.
Nothing worse than shit drinkers.
Well, we used to call it amateur week because it was literally people that didn't come out for the rest of the year, and then they come out, they get steamy drunk, and then because they weren't used to kind of systems in pubs and clubs, they try and tell you how stuff was done, and you were like, "Come on, just go home." And then they want to. It's just full of like really grey drunk people that don't know how to have a good time.
Stay in your lane, dickhead.
Yeah,
if you don't know how to drink and you don't know the etiquette of drinking in public, fucking sit down and be quiet.
But it's just that weird thing of like some people that don't drink all year decide to go out and drink at Christmas, which I understand. Really, you're off for a bit of time. But it's that thing: if you don't drink normally, why do it at Christmas time and then get all angry at the world? Let's get on the subject of drinking at Christmas anyway, because obviously there are loads of drinks that are only Christmas drinks. That's a weird thing as well, isn't it? It's like, I think we spoke about this on the other one. It was a snowball.
Yeah, well, we drank copious amounts of snowballs on the last one.
They were really good as well,
Christmas.
by the way.
they were tremendous.
But yeah, but isn't it weird that I think it's a nice drink, but you never ever go into a bar and order a snowball. Well, I don't think you order a snowball at a bar in Christmas anyway. It's a homemade drink now, isn't it?
The pub I'm drinking over here, mate, if I went and ordered a snowball in this accent, I'd probably be murdered. So I won't.
But it is one of those weird things, isn't it? So, but no other time of the year do you drink bowls or any kind of Advocaat?
No.
Which is weird because it's always on but you notice it's always on a pub shelf, isn't it?
Yes. And I tell you what, it's probably in a rotten state by the time Christmas comes around. I would suggest don't order a snowball the start of December, because that bottle's been there since last year. Wait until mid-December when somebody else has taken the hit for you.
I've only just realised how weird it is, though, that you get going to the pub most times of the year and there's a bottle of Advocaat on the shelf.
There's not, again. It's a reflection of the pub I drink in rather than what you're saying.
Or the country you live in, more like.
There's definitely not a bottle of Advocaat in the Swilly. Right? There's definitely not.
Was it one bottle of whiskey? And if you don't like that, piss off.
It's not far off. That. There's a lad behind the bar. I won't say his name, like it matters. But there's a lad behind the bar who you walk in there, and it's like he resents that you're in.
Yeah, I
Do
love
you know
that.
what I mean?
He's my favourite barber.
Oh, mate, he's like a Ebenezer Scrooge 12 months of the year. It's brilliant. It's quite entertaining.
I will have a pint with you one day there, won't I?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm going to order a snowball.
with your painted fingernails. I'm going to record it for social media purposes.
I'm not even dressed up like this and say, look, it's all I drink. I dress like this all year round. Can I have a snowball, please?
If you just go there, and it's likely you're going to come over here like end of January, start of February or something like that. You can go in dressed like that, and you're just like, look, don't get on me back, mate. This is a bit like the quietest time of year for me. I'm going to start making fucking presents again next week.
I'm just having a break. Just having one at home. What else have you got about Christmas?
I'm putting a group of people here on my naughty list, Baz, who they are. You'll recognise the type of person when I say it, Baz. But there are people out there that I would encourage everybody listening to avoid at all costs. But there are people out there who, at this time of year, particularly this time of year, will say, have you got your Christmas shopping done yet?
Yes, of course they do.
Right?
I know what you're going to say.
Evil bastards, right? Because the only reason they're saying that is so that they could go, I did all of mine in the mid-November. Yeah. I was like, oh, did you? Yeah. Well, fuck off. I don't care. I genuinely don't care when you did your Christmas shopping, all right? Yeah. So why start a conversation just to make me feel inferior because I haven't done mine yet? And there's a reason why I haven't done mine yet, because the presents that I buy are bought in one of two ways. One, they're bought online, where I don't have to deal with the general public. Yep. I don't have to queue. I don't have to smell other humans. I can just tap, tap, tap whilst I'm watching TV, and it will be delivered as if by magic to my door. The second way I shop is in a blind panic in the 3 hours before closing time on Christmas Eve. And if it's not one of those two types of shopping, I don't do any Christmas shopping outside of those occasions.
What's your weapon of choice for that 3 hours? Which one do you go to? Is it the petrol station or is it like a supermarket?
It depends who. No, it would be it wouldn't be a petrol station. No,
that's in the last 1 hour before Christmas.
to be fair, I've been with Emma 22 years now. Or this will be our 22nd Christmas. Yeah. So I can't. The early ones are quite hazy, but I don't think at any point in those 22 Christmases I've presented her with like engine oil,
spatula,
or magic tree, something. Something. There you go. There's a car air freshener, because that's all I got to do. Or
some floor mats for the car. Look, I got your carpet.
Screen wash. Yeah. I could save your life at this time of year. That, love. You know what I mean? No, I don't think I've done that. But it would be just general kind of. It might just be for gift wrap or something like that, or a few last minute things, because it'll be the case of like Emma likes to do stocking fillers, she calls them. We don't have stockings, but she likes to basically we buy each other a gift or a few gifts that are half decent.
Yep.
And then a load of shit you would probably either never buy yourself or you were about to buy anyway. Yes. So by that I mean stocking fillers might be a pen knife that has like various different attachments that's it's got a spirit level, it's got all of these kind of things, something you'd never buy for yourself. Or it may be some shower gel that you were going to buy next week anyway because you'd nearly run out. So those are what stocking fillers are.
We always do that, and we always give each other tangerines and what's the other thing? And like a bit of coal.
God, you better remember soon, Baz. It's coming up now.
Well, so going to this subject of, those fucking arseholes that ask about Christmas shopping. I up until the last 25 years have been a lot more organised because I've had someone who's just got me into Christmas. But before that, I literally wouldn't bother with anything until Christmas Eve every year. So most often I would always say to my boss back in the day when I was younger, I'm not working on Christmas Eve. That's when I do all my shopping. And I'd go out in the morning and I'd literally go around the shops, mostly at Debenhams, which doesn't exist anymore. But invariably what would happen is I'd meet one of my friends who did the exact same thing around about lunchtime, and you'd just go, "Do you fancy a quick one?" And we'd go in the pub, and then
in the pub. Thank God for that.
Yeah, it's not that kind of Christmas, but it is now. But and
is that you emptying your sack at Christmas?
Yeah, that's a good one. So you'd end up in the pub for a few hours, then realise you'd only got, like you said, a couple of hours to get stuff, and you would piss by then as well. So you're rushing around buying anything, like literally.
I love the image of you going like on Christmas Day with a rotten hangover, going, there you go, Mum, happy Christmas. And she's gone, salted peanuts.
Yeah. I should be lucky if she got those.
It's all there was.
It'd be like, it'd be like a men's beard brush you just found or something like that, or a hat.
Or some Johnnies out of the machine in the pub.
But yeah, so that's literally how I used to do it. And because obviously when I lived at home still, when I was a teenager, stroke in my early 20s, I was like, that I wasn't bothered about Christmas. I was like, oh, you begrudgingly get stuff for people, didn't you?
Yeah.
But invariably I'd end up always going Christmas Eve. And I got quite good at it. I'd literally go in and go, yeah, that, and that. And then you'd go and ask the assistant, like, what's the best thing to get your mum? And she'd go, oh, yeah, here it is. It's a gift box that's got some, like, really pointless, like, bath bombs or bath salts in it. The amount of bath salts I bought in my 20s was incredible. I don't even know what bath salts are. It's bath bombs today, isn't it? You just throw it in the bath and it fizzes out. And
exactly.
Yeah. It's literally, I think my mum got bath bombs for the first 10 years of Christmas. I could buy stuff for her. And my dad would always get a pair of socks or a tie. This also applies a little bit to Valentine's Day as well, but I hate perfume and aftershave adverts that start appearing long before Christmas, because they are literally the worst fucking ads that have ever been made in the world.
100%.
And like, so Valentine's, obviously I can accept that, but like Christmas time comes up and suddenly they just start appearing long. Because I remember when I was a kid, when the black and white television was about, they used to just like literally, you get toy adverts on. There'd be adverts for games and like the latest sort of toy, but I don't know if they only show them during the daytime now, which makes more sense, but I don't see them anymore. All I see is fucking perfume and aftershave adverts. It's like the only gift you can give if you've got a partner and you're not living together is fucking perfume or aftershave.
Oh, listen, see, I love having a chat to Baz, because you get conversations like this where he's yearning for TV adverts for spinning tops and penny farthings.
Rather that than like, some guy with a wet shirt on a beach going, buy me this and you could be this fucking man.
They're all really kind of obscure. They just throw words out, don't they?
Yeah. It's the imagery as well. It's like at this time of year, it's guys wearing tuxedos in flashy 50th
flashy cocks. I've not seen any of them.
50th story fucking cocktail bars. Looking cool, leaning over there, and someone comes over and goes, "Yeah, you smell nice." That kind of shit.
Yeah,
it don't work that way. If you're a knobhead, you can put the best aftershave in the world, and you're still a fucking knobhead.
Baz, you should work for Yves Saint Laurent. I reckon that'd work. So imagine that, all the like black and white images, and like the man with like cuts, and then someone comes in and the voiceover just goes, "If you're a knobhead, doesn't matter what you smell like, you're still a knobhead."
But yeah, it's like literally. So we have a system in our house. It's like when they first start appearing, if one or other notices there's a perfume or aftershave advert on, we just put a hand up just to let the other person know something shits on the telly.
You've identified it.
It's not so bad now because you don't really watch a lot of terrestrial TV with adverts rolling, so I guess that's why you don't, you probably don't see so many of the usual advert stuff, because let's face it, like you either watch recorded stuff or, do you know what I mean? But like, every time one of those comes on, it just makes my piss boil. Or boils my piss. That's the actual term, isn't it?
Well, same thing, different phrasing.
Which brings us on to the next subject of things that used to be good. So this is the things that used to be good.
That sounds like it was planned.
Well,
Baz.
I don't know. Like, obviously, if it's still a thing, but do you remember the catalogue? The big,
Yes.
huge.
Oh God,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. But a lot of it, obviously, a lot of people won't have any recollection of it because it used to be almost like the Bible in your house around Christmas time, where, like, so just for people that don't know.
Sorry, I need to interrupt you there because I love the fact that is anybody religious listening to this, you suggesting that at Christmas, a religious festival, the Bible of that time of year is not the actual Bible, it's a magazine full of commercial items.
I go so far as to definitely go along with that because, like, particularly in our house, it's like there was that thing of, like, so here's my recollection is that, like, on the sort of months before Christmas, and it's not like today where you can get stuff within 24 hours or at least a day. Like when you ordered stuff on, and it wasn't even online. It was you'd either have an agent or you have to fill in a form with all the things you wanted and send it off, and then 4 months later you'd get stuff in the post in a box. A big fucking wagon would turn up, and it wouldn't be the postman; it would be a big, like, lorry would turn up with something in it. And I remember as a child looking through the toy section. So this thing was like, it was a good 2 inches thick. Of the thinnest paper in the world ever. So it's huge. So once you'd looked at the underwear section as a young lad, you went on to the toys, right? So and you go through there.
Once all the pages were stuck together on that bit, you thought, well, I'm going to have to look at toys or something now.
But then what you do is you go through there and you'd get a pen and you'd mark the things that you wanted, so that your parents would have would go through and get you something of your choice. And it was like
that they would let Santa know which gifts you wanted.
Yeah, they'd let me know what they wanted. I've lost it anyway. So that used to be a thing, right? It used to be a thing where you get really excited about I wonder what I'm going to get out of the catalogue. My parents would quite often look at the things I went, nah, and just get me something completely random that I didn't want, like a fucking telescope. Don't get me wrong. When I got this telescope this year, I was like, I don't want a fucking telescope. But when I actually set it up and you could actually look at the moon, it was amazing. But the thing is, it was none of the things that I wanted. So, but catalogues aren't a thing anymore. They used to be a thing of joy, like, and also the range in a catalogue used to be everything that everybody sells now, but like it used to be on home delivery. That's what it was, wasn't it?
It's called Amazon these days.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying, the difference is just timescales and how you ordered it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, 100%. I remember that very much. That you would order it, and a lorry with K's written on the side of it,
or Littlewoods, Grattan in our way.
Would come down the road.
That's
and it was
the other
like,
one.
They didn't sell it through the post.
Yeah.
But the reason the catalogues were good is because you could pay over like 48 weeks at £1 a week.
It's over 48 years.
Yeah, I'm still paying off my Bontempi organ I got in 1983.
What else you got about Christmas, Mike?
One thing that didn't exist when I was a kid that exists now, and is an added expense and stress and pressure for parents, is Christmas Eve boxes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Are you aware of Christmas Eve boxes?
I'm aware of midnight gifts, which I'm guessing is almost the same thing, is it?
Yeah, well, it's become a thing now, and in our house, we've succumbed to it. I say we, she's succumbed to it. I'll restate that sentence. But no, it's like your Christmas Eve box. You tend to get some like fluffy socks, some new pajamas, maybe some like sweets or crisps or whatever in this box that you can open before Christmas.
Before Christmas,
yeah, on Christmas Eve. And I was like, what? I said to the missus, what's this all about? And he said, it's a thing and it's become a thing now. And you can actually buy the boxes to fill in stores. It's just another reason for parents to get into debt at Christmas. But yeah, I don't know when it became a thing. But now she's saying, we've got to have your Christmas. You can't not have your Christmas Eve boxes. It's like, they weren't even a thing about 10 years ago. So how can you not? We definitely can not have them.
Yeah.
Because We never had them until about 10 years ago.
Well, what we could do is you and I could start a thing where we just send a Christmas Eve box that's got fuck all in it. Just go, this is what I want to get you for Christmas, because Christmas is tomorrow. Here's your box. Nothing.
Just a picture of you in that grotto, in that suit, going,
there you go.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I'm going to screen grab that. We're having that one. That picture of you there with your middle fingers up and all your tattoos and stuff. It's just that, mate. That's my Christmas card for next year. I'm sending that to everyone.
I'm looking forward to that then. Yeah, we're getting onto the subject. So I didn't realise that Christmas Eve box was a thing. Myself and Liz have bought midnight presents for years, which is like something silly just to open at midnight. And we've done it for quite a long time, but there's only 1 year that I only just made it. So I've been to out on Christmas Eve with Roger. We'd had a few beers. Going to be home at 8. Got home at 1 minute to midnight. Rush straight in. What? Here's your present.
Burst the door open and throw a gift at her so she catches it at midnight.
Yeah, not quite, burst the door open, but certainly run straight into the stocking on the thing and like, there's your present. Look, I made it.
Not even taking my shoes off.
Exactly.
Like stumbling in. There you go.
Yeah, and you imagine how pissed you'd be by midnight when you're supposed to be in at 8 as well.
Jesus.
So on that subject, like obviously it's a bit different because you're in Ireland now, but were you ever, I suppose, 13, 16, yeah, so probably 16 years ago was the last time that you were like really able to go out on a Christmas Eve? Because
No. I always used to go out on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Even when the kids were
okay,
young.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
I used to. Emma used to say that as long as I'd done the Santa thing.
Yeah.
As long as everything was wrapped, everything was built that needed to be built,
yeah.
and everything was ready, I could go out. So she knew that as long as I'd sorted everything, I could go out on the piss, knowing that I'm going to be up at 7 a.m. or whatever, doing all the Christmas. Because we were never those ones where you get a lot of people. I hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, well, I've been up with the kids since 5 o'clock this morning." It's like, no, why?
Yeah.
Why? Because I don't get that. It's like, oh, well, no, the kids had me up at 5 o'clock. What do you mean they had you up? They're about 4. Tell them to go back to fucking bed. Yeah. I was like, we never did that. It was always like a respectable kind of 7 o'clock or whatever.
Yeah, do what I used to do, like just unlock the key at 7 and then let them out.
The wife said to me she didn't mind at all if I went on the piss on Christmas Eve. Safe in the knowledge that I knew I had to build any complicated kids' toy shit that needed building, wrapped everything before I went, and I was up at 7 a.m. with the kids and didn't moan about my hangover.
Yeah.
So I was deal.
How often did you want to moan about that hangover, though?
Oh, man. Every single year, every single minute of every morning of Christmas.
You're a good dad.
Yeah. I was quite secretly biting the head off their chocolate Santas while they weren't looking, trying to get my sugar levels back up.
Secretly dying inside.
Yeah.
Hey, kids.
It's the worst day of my life. Yeah. Do you know that drum you've just got?
Yeah.
Not now.
Yeah.
Not now.
Yeah.
Play that. Play that when your granddad gets here in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Not now.
I really regret that electric guitar you wanted. I like going out on Christmas Eve. I always have done. And I used to work on Christmas Eve when I was on the door. But like that, some of the worst nights I've ever been out when I've worked were Christmas Eve. So without being too graphic, I've seen people like have fights in pubs and ended up in hospital because I've also seen someone get stabbed in the leg. Two friends out on Christmas Eve get into a Christmas Eve argument, and then one of them stabs his mate in the leg.
Oh, what a beautiful story of the spirit of Christmas, Baz. That's just...
And then when the police were called and we were holding him, they went to search him, and he pulled out a bag of weed, dropped to the floor, and we all looked down, and he went, "That's not mine." It was
he put that, pointing at you, he put that in my pocket before you got here.
The hand comes out and drops it, and then the moment everyone's looking down at it on the floor, and we all look at it, it sort of breaks the silence. That's not mine. It was his, and he got arrested, and he spent Christmas Eve in a cell.
Oh, that's beautiful. What a beautiful Christmassy story, Baz. Do you know what, though? I think we'll end on a positive.
Oh, good. Thank God for
we'll
that.
We'll go back to the fact that we both love Christmas, and one of the reasons I love Christmas is just the mood people are in. Just in general, I think people are more when you're out shopping, even though everyone's stressed, and even though it's really busy and the traffic's busy and stuff. I just think the Christmas music and the fact that people have usually got time off work and all of these things, I think people are just in a better mood and people are more tolerant of each other, and you'll find that people are more likely to chat to strangers in in shops and in public and stuff. And I just think people tend to be in a much better mood around about Christmas.
Yeah,
and I think
in general,
that's a good thing. It's the blueprint for how people should be all of the time. But they're not.
I was going to say, you just about had me going there, but I knew that you were going to say that's not true.
But they're not. But it's how people should be all the time.
Well, look,
because people could be that happy all the time.
I've only got one thing to say before you close. So I just want to reiterate something from last year. Turkey is just shit chicken. I've waited all night to get that back in.
And it is.
Yeah.
And, we've mentioned this a number of times, and we stand by it. We will die on this hill.
Every Christmas podcast is going to have that in as far as I
Every Christmas podcast. And there is a live and a recorded Christmas special to go, and we will mention it there as well.
Good.
That turkey is just shit chicken.
Have something better for Christmas dinner.
Yeah, don't lower your standards at Christmas. We've said this a million times, but we will reiterate it that you work hard all year and you save up your money to treat yourself at Christmas. So don't treat yourself, in quotes, to a meat that is cheaper than the one you eat every day and herald it as this wonderful treat because it's big. It's rubbish. Treat yourself, really treat yourself. Get some lamb or some beef or some goose or a duck or, some proper decent meats.
Yeah.
And before anybody comes back at me like they always do and say, turkey's lovely if you cook it right. Turkey that's cooked well is still shitter than all the other meats cooked well. And some of them cooked badly. On that bombshell, that's where we'll leave it for this one. So don't forget to join us. Next week, we will have our Christmas special. It'll be a recorded Christmas special with a special guest who doesn't even know that they're coming on our podcast.
That's how special they are.
That's how special they are. Because we haven't even decided who it's going to be yet. So it'll be as much as a surprise to us as it is to you. Don't forget that. And don't forget to join us on the 23rd, Saturday the 23rd, 9 p.m. UK time for our live Christmas party over on Facebook. Don't forget that if you want to be on the show or if you just want to send us a gift
or
be it a stupid gift, a serious gift, a cheap gift, an expensive gift, whatever it is, send us a message. So you can message us through the Facebook page, which is facebook.com/mildlypod, or send us an email at mildlypodcast@gmail.com, and we will throw our address back to you so we can have some Christmas gifts to open on our live special on the 23rd of December.
Like, is there any way that you could delete all this in case we get fuck all?
It's going to be even funnier. No, it's not going to be even funnier. No, please God, buy us something so that we don't go, right, let's open all the things that people have bought us, and nobody's bought us anything.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you. So we will see you next week for the Christmas special. Thank you and goodbye.
Ho, ho, ho. I've been waiting all night to do that.